How's it going? So Seb and I are just about to commentate the WMCQ finals from last weekend. It was in Vancouver.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Luke Mulcahy, Seb Dino. The finals were against Alexander Hayne. No surprises there. He and Jacob Wilson just rocked up and kind of killed it.
Yeah, they did play each other to see who made top eight, actually.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
from the East Coast, aren't they?
Jacob's from California originally.
Okay.
Haynes from Montreal.
Yeah, and they came over here because I think that the World Champs is down in Seattle at the moment.
Yeah, it's happening right now in
Yeah,
PAX. Yeah.
yeah, I'll be uploading this video like at that time.
Yeah, Alex will probably be crushing some people in standard with this deck as we speak.
Yeah, well, it looks pretty sweet. I guess we'll get into the deck tech here. Um, all right, so he's basically an elf deck, and you mill yourself a lot with Seder Wayfinder and shooting for it with Quarter Calling, and then you rally all your elves back and kill them with a giant Shaman of the Pack trigger.
Yeah, and then you also have just your sort of aggro-y draws with like an elf ramping into like Shaman or Dwyne's Elite and then Siege Rhino. Well, you can attack people for a decent chunk of damage before you rally, so it doesn't have to like fireball that much necessarily.
Yeah, it's also just got a bunch of good cards.
Yeah.
You can just play a fair game if you have to. So I think the deck's sweet. I like it.
Yep. I really like the one Sidisi especially, just to go get your rally or more Siege Rhinos.
Yeah, or Reclamation Sage.
Yeah.
And the mana base is pretty straightforward, nothing spicy. We've also got Charlie Wang's deck, his opponent. Charlie's playing Jeskai. I'll just sort it by converted mana cost here. Right, so you can go for this one.
Okay, so I like Jeskai personally, but Charlie's list seems a little weird to me. Like, it's a lot of Ojutai's commands. I know, like, bringing back Harbinger and Jace, it seems fine, but card's a little costly and doesn't deal damage.
Yeah, if your opponent's like pretty decent, they can identify you have it, even if they force seize you and see it,
Yeah.
and they can just not play dudes, and then you've got this crap card.
Plus, he has like a lot of dragons in there. I think I like more I'd rather have 2 Stormbreaths than 2 Ojutai's personally. So I feel like you're just trying to burn them out a lot of the time with flyers and lightning strikes. But
Yeah, especially against control where they've got no creatures for you to kill with your burn, and your plan is to burn them out. And I guess Ojutai, I don't know, the hexproof helps.
yeah, it does, but like it's not like you're a deck with counter spells. Like against a control deck, they're just going to sit there with Hero's Downfall in their hand, and as soon as Ojutai attacks, it's going to die. Whereas Stormbreath can at least catch them for 4 damage if they ever tap down.
Yeah, that's another thing I don't like about Ojutai's command. Like the rest of the deck seems to be pseudo burn,
Yeah.
and Ojutai's command is just not that at all.
No, it's just like
Yeah.
ideally you're just countering something and drawing a card. I guess.
I think it's a concession to Siege Rhino. That's what it seems to be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. This deck has always had a lot of problems with Siege Rhino. The printing of Valorous stance helped a lot. So you actually have a way to kill it now that isn't awful.
Yeah, let's go down to his sideboard.
Yeah.
Against Hayne, he would. Oh, we'll do this after the first game.
Sure.
All right, so let's go on to the games, eh?
Charlie gets to go first because he finished higher in the Swiss.
Yeah, Hayne. I remember he played against Wilson on the bubble.
Yeah. Jacob Wilson actually went 5-0-0-2 in this 7-round tournament to not top 8.
Rough.
Yeah.
The video seems a bit jolty, so apologies for that. But it's watchable, like just. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. This is my first like big Vancouver tournament that I've seen.
Yeah, we had a good turnout. It was almost 8 rounds.
The room was so hot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could barely stand to be in there.
Yeah, I guess at least you didn't have or weren't able to play, so you could leave. And I exited the tournament fairly quickly, so I also got to spend a lot of the day outside.
Where'd you
go? Like technically won 3-drop, but I won round 4 and then conceded because I didn't want to play standard in that hot room anymore.
Yeah. The red zone. Hayne repping his face-to-face games gear. They had a store at the PT here recently.
Yeah, this is them and our local store, Magic Stronghold, which is the place this is happening right now.
Yeah, I asked Joe soon if he had like a Magic Stronghold mat, but no dice. Oh well, there were dice, but anyway. So
Right here.
yeah, Charlie on the play. I didn't see if either of them mulliganed.
I don't believe they did.
All right. Yeah, I didn't really see the rest of the tournament. Just maybe like the semis and the finals.
Yeah, right. You showed up later on.
Yeah, give me a general feel of the tournament.
Um, it-
Like was it pretty competitive?
yeah, everyone there definitely like had their game face on. They wanted to go and represent Canada for
Yeah,
playing against the world, right?
as you would.
Yeah.
I couldn't plan it personally because I haven't lived here since January, which is what I would have had to have done.
We didn't actually have a WMCQ here last year. It was in Edmonton in Alberta instead. I didn't go personally, but Alexander Hayne won that one actually. So I
Wow.
don't know if that's foreshadowing here.
Yeah. I suppose we should talk about the game a bit. Both have quite strong starts, I'd say.
Yeah, turn 2 Jace is probably just where you want to be every game with that deck, and as is turn 1 Elf from the Elf deck, obviously.
Yeah, I like Haynes' procedure here, like always getting most information he can before making plays. Can't really see his hand that well, but you know, I've just came here with a skeleton recording setup, so
You can see the other hand a lot better. It looks like there's 2 Mantis Riders in there. That Hayne could maybe be in trouble if he doesn't have an answer to either of them.
yeah, he's kind of just got lots of gummy ground dorks.
Yeah.
Nothing to answer. Yeah.
Like he's gonna play 2 Mantis Riders here probably. So if Hayne doesn't start this next turn with a removal spell or a Siege Rhino, he could definitely be in some trouble.
Yeah, looking at the lists, I feel like Charlie's deck is more suited, like stronger.
Yeah, I agree. Like
in that
Hayne
chart.
has like 2 Abzan Charms and like 2 or 3 Murderous Cuts. I think it's
Yeah,
not that much removal for the Riders here.
yeah, Valorous Stance doesn't hit it. Rhino? No.
No, he's taking a pain. He had the Abzan Charm.
Okay. Doing it immediately as to avoid, I don't know.
And another Elf. The straw's pretty busted. If he starts playing Shaman of the Past, it's gonna represent a lot of damage.
Okay. Charlie opting to dig first rather than chump block a Visionary. Maybe he's got another blocker in hand, like that Mantis Rider.
It looks like he, after pitching a land to Jace last turn, doesn't have another land in his hand.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, I imagine a lot of people get greedy with that kind of thing, especially with the new scry rule. People will be like, "Oh man, put on the bottom, I'll draw another one," and then
yeah, or like here especially where you have the looter in place, so you're like, "Oh, I'll just pitch a land. I can loot into another land if I need it." But I think he really wants to keep hitting his land drops here after turn 3, so he can play all his burn spells.
Yeah, or 5-drops.
Yeah.
Is that a Storm Breath I see in his hand?
I see a Lightning Strike. Okay. It looks like a Storm Breath too, actually. Hayne plays Satyr Wayfinder.
Finds the Temple and Windswept Heaths.
I guess he has to choose between a scry or an untapped land. And he takes the untapped land.
Satyr Wayfinder really key to this deck. I suppose all the pieces kind of.
Yeah, Wayfinder is, I mean, really just the biggest thing that ties all these strategies together, though, right? Like, such a commonly played card in Standard.
Yeah.
Delve is such a powerful mechanic as well. But,
yeah, I played it at the PT.
Yeah. Yeah, and like 12 other cards just like it.
Yeah. Well, Haynes definitely got a mana advantage here.
Yeah, pitching that 4th lane is definitely starting to come back to bite Charlie.
Yeah. And considering Hayne hasn't attacked, Charlie's on 15.
Yeah, he's pinging away like he has, I think, Shivan Reef and the Battlefield Port in play. So yeah, he was taking 2 to cast those Mantis Riders.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Shaman of the Pack for 4 damage.
Yeah, the board just transformed here.
Yeah, and a Murderous Cut for the Mantis Rider. This game went from looking kind of bad for Alex to looking like, I don't know how you can possibly lose here. It's going to have to involve a lot of burn. And not having that 4th land is going to make that difficult, I think.
Draw to find the 4th land.
Looks like he drew a Stoke the Flames.
Shaking the head, wonder what that's about. I had the wrong microphone enabled when I was recording this, so there's no sound, unfortunately. Although I think it would just be a bunch of white noise from the room,
probably,
and it'd be hard to pick up the players' voices. Yeah, you can see the crowd gathered around.
Let's see what's the Jess guy had.
He's tanking. He's in a tough spot. I see a Wild Slash.
Oh, you know what? I think that's 2 Stoke the Flames. It's not a Storm Breath Dragon.
Okay.
He has the alternate art ones.
Oh, sure. Yeah, when I first saw them, I'm like, Thunderbreak Region? That wasn't in his deck. What? Having a good think. Feeling the pressure.
Like he can play a Stoke off of his Jace and what mana here.
Oh, this is a scenario you were talking about the other day.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I think he makes a bit of a misplay here.
So if he does have 2 Stoke and Wild Slash.
Yeah, if this is the situation I'm remembering, his hand has Lightning Strike, Wild Slash, and 2 Stokes. So I was thinking he should just block a 1/1 going to a low life total, and then end step Stoke Alex, and then if he untaps and rips any
red source.
any untapped red source, then he can Stoke Wild Slash him to death. But I think he's about to take a slightly different route.
Okay, so hypothetically he blocks a 1/1, so he can still win. That's still an extra 4/6 coming through.
Yeah, so that'll put him to 4, but that'll still be enough that he can end step. He could end step Stoke, taking 1.
Well, he's blocking the Shaman here, so he's going to lose his Jace.
No. See, yeah, I remember this. What he tries, he goes shock you, 3 you, and then taps the Jace to flip it, so that he can, on his untap, he can minus the Jace on the shock or the lightning strike.
Yeah.
And if he if he rips another shock or another lightning strike, then he can kill Alex.
Yeah, sure.
That seems worse than going for just any untapped red source in the deck.
No, if he oh yeah, sure. You're right.
So it's like he obviously thought it through here at least a little bit, because he found a line that can potentially win the game. I think it's just he didn't find necessarily quite the right one.
Well, how many untapped red sources would he have in his deck?
Let's go back to we'll check between games.
Yeah. As we do the sideboard.
He has 2 in play and 1 in his graveyard currently. I imagine there are at least 5 more though in the other pain lands he's probably playing.
Yeah. A bit of a lightning helix moment here.
Yeah.
No.
Draws a temple. That will be game, it looks like.
Nice to see blank faces in the background, not revealing what he's drawn.
Yeah.
You can see Mike, Pangus, Angelica.
Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Nathaniel had just finished losing to Alex, I believe.
What's he thinking? Well, if he should... Oh no, never mind. You're dead.
Yeah. He's trying to figure it out, some way to not lose the game here, but no.
Yeah. Nane's face hasn't changed the whole match.
Okay. So it uses the lightning strike, puts Alex to 2. And scoops.
Revealing parts of his deck. Okay, well, Game 1 to Alex. I think, yeah, ditching that land was critical off the
yeah,
Jace.
that definitely hurt him a lot that game.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the sideboards, or after we check how many untapped red sources Charlie had.
So is that only 3 Shivan Reefs total?
Three Reefs, 1 Mountain,
and 3 Forge. So
and
that's
he already
7 total. So he had 4 left in his deck, as opposed to he has 3 Lightning Strikes and 4 Wild Slash, and he had used 1 of each, so he had 5 left in his deck. So he actually found the correct line.
Yeah, so his line was correct. Yeah, that's
wow.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm just surprised he doesn't have more Pain Lands in his deck, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so Charlie's board. Those Angers will be very good.
Yeah, it's like probably the best card in the format against Alex.
Yeah. Despite Alex having he hasn't got many white permanents, just Rhino's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I would bother with Glare.
Yeah.
Revoke Existence is clearly not very good.
I think those Disdainful Strokes probably come in. There's Rhino, Rally the Ancestors, and Rally is always going to be cast for at least 2.
Yeah, I feel like Stroke is probably good against him. Tragic Arrogance seems like decidedly mediocre. Like, if you tap out for it and then they just untap and rally all the stuff you killed back, it could be potentially game-ending.
Yeah, so what 3 Angers, 3 Strokes for, I don't know,
let's see.
The Digs? No, Digs are okay. Urge-Dice Command?
Command seems kind of janky because he can accelerate out the Rhinos, and he's not really trying to kill Jace or any of your 2-drops so much. Yeah,
and maybe you cut the Soulfire Grandmasters.
I like having Soulfire in the deck because you have Anger, so you can potentially gain 15 or 18 life off it, and then they can't ever really fireball you out.
Yeah, I just realized this has no targets.
It's really just Rhino.
Yeah,
I'd probably cut down on the Valor stances, but
yeah,
you still want to be able to answer a Rhino that comes into play.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Haynes' sideboard.
So we have. Oh, this is interesting. I feel like Anafenza probably comes in just because it's huge and cheap and you can't burn it effectively.
Yep, I agree. And Den Protector, I suppose.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, it depends. Do we think that? Do we think Alex thinks that he's going to have to play a grindy game, or that his opponent's just going to try to kill him as fast as possible?
Well, we'll see if Alex has any blanks. I mean, these Valor stances are pretty bad.
Yeah, those don't seem good at all. That's only one of them, right?
These Abzan Charms, they hit Mantis Rider and draw cards. I
feel like you can't board those out. Okay. Having an answer to Rider is pretty key.
Yeah, Reclamation Sage comes out.
Yep.
So there's these 2 here, and that's all that really stand out to me.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other cards that maybe aren't super great in this matchup.
Yeah, the Abzan Charm's one of the ones that seems pretty ordinary to me.
I feel like it's probably not bad.
Anyway, let's go back to the match. For the second game, it worked out that recording this was kind of on a whim.
Yeah.
And I didn't organize it with Joe Soon, the guy running the store. So there wasn't a good spot to put my laptop, which had power.
Yeah.
So I'm running all this off the battery.
Oh, I remember this, yeah.
Yeah, so to save power, I unplugged the face cams, and did everything I could to preserve power. So that's why the face cams aren't in the second video. I suppose we can skip ahead through this pile shuffling.
That's fine anyways. You don't ever really need to see Alex's face during a match. It always looks pretty much the same.
You just have a cardboard cutout. Yeah. I'll just put his face in the video editing in the corner. Should I skip ahead? Oh, whatever. Let's just go natural. Yeah. I like these dice. I always used to digitally put the life totals up the top.
Yeah, the dice are great.
Yeah, just I don't know, kind of tangible,
Did you bring them? Or?
Yes, I did. Yeah. So, yeah, if Alex wins here, WMCQ go to the World. I keep getting confused between the World Championships and
World Magic Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be his, I think, 3rd time representing Canada, I want to say.
Consecutively?
No, the first time, I believe, was the year he won the Pro Tour Avison Restored.
Okay, yeah.
That gave him an easy lead for that year, I think. And then last year he won the other WMCQ. So yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think it would be great to see him on the team again. We probably have a pretty decent shot with him and Sean McLaren.
Yeah, and do you still have 2 WMCQs to go for Canada?
I guess I don't even know. Like, do they not all happen on the same day?
In Australia, they're spread out.
Okay, like yeah, I honestly wouldn't know. I haven't thought about traveling to them at all. I barely had enough desire to play standard to play in this tournament.
I understand it's sweet. So Charlie on the play again this match, or game, I should say. I can't remember if he bottomed with that temple. So Soulfire Grandmaster or Jace.
I think it's probably going to be Jace. I don't see any more lands in his hand.
Yeah, and he may have boarded out the Soulfires like I guessed.
Yeah, I think they're probably still okay.
Yeah. And he's got Thoughtseize. We'll see it all here. So they're disdainful strokes at the bottom.
Yeah, 2 disdainful strokes, 2 mantis riders, and a storm breath dragon. So yeah, he did not have another land.
Yeah, so he has to hope to draw it off Jace. I feel like Hane takes a mantis rider, but it depends on what's in hand. Haned. Show us your hand, Alex.
I almost saw a glimpse of one card for a second there.
I used to use webcams on like the hands,
yeah,
but it kind of clutters up the screen a bit too much. Yeah. Is that land? No, Ojutai. Not what he wanted. And that's a burn spell? Stoke, maybe. So this is awkward.
Oh, actually, I remember watching that. He, you said you couldn't remember if he scryed to the bottom. He scryed Ojutai to the bottom, and then he broke a fetch land, and then he just redrew Ojutai.
I mean, it's 2 in his deck, but yeah.
That's true. Although there might not be post-board. Who knows? There probably are.
Yeah, it's kind of like
seems like a really good finisher.
Yeah, I was talking about, the new scry rule, and you just fetch it to break your advantage anyway.
Yeah.
It's so minor and negligible, but
I mean, it also makes Scrylands slightly worse.
Yes, yeah, but they won't be around for much longer.
That is true. I'm just looking forward to scrying in Modern.
You gonna do it? I would have thought that'd be too slow.
But not Scrylands.
Oh, the scry rule.
Yeah, scry rules.
Sure, yeah. King scry rule.
Yeah, I think the scry rule is great. Plus, it's called the Vancouver Mulligan. How can I not?
Yeah.
No, there's the Anafenza.
Good call. So that could screw up his Jace getting to 5 cards if Charlie discards creatures.
Yep. And it looks like he bricked on land again.
He drew another Jace. So this could be it.
Drew another Jace, and it looks like a wild slash for his turn. This game is not going well for him.
So he hasn't got the answer to the Anafenza. If he can flip Jace quick, I mean, he can slow her damage, but by then, Hane might have already played 2 other threats.
Yeah, I'm not liking this game. If Hane untaps and plays Siege Rhino, I don't know how Charlie's going to come out of this.
Well, he's got disdainful stroke in hand, but Hane knows that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's just going to play around it. Yeah, pitches the Ojutai, which gets exiled.
What are you guys doing?
Just doing some commentary on like a Magic match. Yeah, I recorded.
Okay, so
alright, we're back. So Alex swings in, no tapped creature to put a counter on. And
plays Elvish Visionary.
Yeah. taken the effort to look at like, you know, known players a bit more and how they play, and Alex is very definite with his hand movements. Yeah. You see everything's on kind of a clean angle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something that you just sort of adopt over the years playing tournament Magic.
Mystic.
Pass.
And not representing anything there.
Looks like we have a land.
Shivan Reef.
Yeah. Still looking pretty bad though.
Yeah. He's got an opening to drop the Mantis Rider. I presume he'll come. Oh, he might stoke the Anafenza actually. Just play the land and convoke it.
Yeah, I think I might try that. Okay, he's just passing.
If he had stoke, he did, right?
Maybe? Can't really see his hand. I see
well.
Jason Lightning Strike and that's it.
Yeah, we'll find out, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, so here we have counter on the Mystic. Oh, targeting the Mystic. Now he's thinking.
So revealing he has Wild Slash. If you had, I mean, you'd Wild Slash the OH Mystic, right? If you had that in his previous turn.
Probably.
But, and then you can still hold up Stroke. Have you ever top 8'd at WMCQ?
No, I
suppose
haven't.
they've only been around for like 2 years. Or 1.
No, the WMCQs, they've been around longer than that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th year of them. 4th, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay, so double burn on. So he must not have a Stroke. Otherwise, he surely would have done that.
Yeah, looks that way. Oh, and there's Abzan jump for 2 counters.
That's gonna be game
blowout.
over.
Yeah, this game's pretty over. Okay, so he's gonna tap Jace and
hopefully not discard a creature.
I think he has 5 in his graveyard anyways, so it's still flip.
Sure, yeah.
So maybe he'll just pitch the other Jace. I don't know.
Taking 2 from the Mystic.
Yep. And another Visionary.
So Hayne amassing a considerable board here. I mean, what does Charlie have to do to get back into this? Like, Anger may not even get there because the Anafenza is so big. Like,
yeah. I don't know, like multiple lands, and if he's somehow boarded in the Tragic Arrogance, then that might do it.
Oh, yeah.
Needs to start drawing a little lands though, that's for sure. Well, not a lot, but at least like enough to cast.
Yeah, well, you can't race that. Maybe like Storm Breath to block the Anafenza.
Actually, never mind. He's holding an island and a Mystic Monastery now, off of his draw step in the Jace. Look, yeah, he pitched the Disdainful Stroke to the Jace, so he's down to just 1 in hand.
Yeah, yeah. So I think he can. If you can get to Storm Breath, then that can block the Anafenza, and then the rest of his stuff can do the job.
Yeah, I mean, he really needs like an Anger and a Storm Breath or something like that.
Yeah.
So we played the island. Okay, shrinks the Anafenza. Plays another Jace, leaving Stroke up. I guess he's just running scared of Seed Rhino here. Which, to be fair, I don't know how he wins if that card resolves.
But also, you know, when you're behind, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't play like conservatively.
Yeah, like the board state currently is bad enough already, I guess. Like, he can't really play around Seed Rhino. Like, if Hayne's holding the Seed Rhino, he's just going to lose either way, I think.
Yeah.
so swinging for 11.
Yeah, when your fear of losing is real, it's hard to kind of break away from, you know, playing defensively like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially like, yeah, he's just trying to play around cards that he doesn't have the luxury of playing around anymore.
Yeah. This is one of my other problems with Jeskai. Like, it's got that classic tap out versus hold up problem.
Yeah,
You know, it's
like halfway between those two decks. Like, you
yeah,
want to leave up mana a lot, but you also want to be like tapping out for your threats and answers.
yeah. You have to know the format so well, and have lots of practice with this kind of deck to not get blown out.
What do you think you would have played if you were able to play in this tournament?
I have no idea. I mean, I might have just defaulted to the one decks I've already got built.
I mean, that's fair. I played Red Green Devotion because it was available. I was not the most thrilled about playing it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're kind of not focusing on the game too much with our commentary because it feels
It
over.
just feels over, yeah. I mean, nothing is happening currently. We just have, yeah, it's like he's just sitting there thinking about how to not die next turn.
Yeah, and it's rough. Like, he's in this point where, you know, he has to tap out, and all his earlier plays kind of look stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm like,
Uh,
you know, he just chose a line. Not saying his play was bad.
Yeah, obviously. Like, it's just he chose to leave mana open a lot, and now it's like coming back and punishing him.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't a game where he could afford to leave off mana because he had too little of it available. I feel like once he drew the third land, he should have just been trying to make the most high impact plays every turn to get back into things.
Yeah. Video's frozen. Oh, there it goes. Sweet. I mean, like, Anafenz is a 6/6. Like, he could double burn it. I don't know. What's he on 4 right now? Is he about to block? This is, I'm so detached.
No, he's still just thinking on his turn.
Okay.
We're just basically waiting for Alex to get to untap and win the game, most likely. Okay, so we have him upticking Jace, targeting Elvish Visionary, and playing a Mantis Rider.
I assume he intends to chump block the Anafenz with his fresh, like, baby Jace.
Yeah, that would be the assumption. And then, I guess, shock down whatever he targets with the counter, probably.
Yeah, and now Hayne can resolve 4 cost or more if he likes to.
Yeah, if he has a Seed Rhino in his hand, which I think I just might have seen a flash of, then this game is, like, I mean, the game's been over for a while, but it might just end right now. Yeah, I think Hayne has the Seed Rhino. He's just pump the Visionary that got shrunk, so he has 4 attackers. Yeah, or he's trying to pump the Visionary. There we go. He's taking 1 for a Wild Slash on the Visionary. So if Hayne has the Siege Rhino, which I believe he does, then this game is over and Alex wins. Going through the motions at this point. There's the Siege Rhino, and we have a winner.
Yeah, I remember that was just before my battery died. Yeah, so
I remember this. The judge is telling Alex that the Jace there would not have gotten exiled because it was a Planeswalker when it died, and that it didn't matter.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, people had cleared out by that point. So yeah, congrats to Hayne for getting there.
Yeah, shocking that he won again.
Yeah, well, and I haven't seen him play much, but clearly he's awesome.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
I think I've only played against him once ever in a sanctioned match. It was at the Grand Prix here.
Yeah.
I just killed him on turn 3, game 3 playing, in fact.
Sweet. Yeah, like you can see more of this at the World Magic Cup, which is playing right now. So
Yeah, go watch Alex crush people. Hopefully, I haven't checked the coverage yet.
yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.